Right. The ritual chamber, eh?
So you're the one who barged into my home and laid waste to my projects. How nice to meet you.
Yeah, who are you?
Names no longer matter. You may refer to me as the Caller. Now, do you have a reason for making such a mess?
I read the books from the college.
So you're just one of Arin's lackeys. That's disappointing. You show real promise. You come here, kill my assistants, disrupt my work. You've annoyed me, so I don't think I'll be giving you anything.
Let me leave the books and there won't be any more trouble.
Fine. Take them and be gone. Never return here, or else you'll face my full wrath.
I don't know anything mercy related, so... The last one, name-wise, is especially spicy. Or the first one, I mean. Why? Because the first one, well, you know, is also a museum item.
Those fools are... What was that?
Strength through love. Was that it?
Yep. We're back in Skyrim. Let's go back to the College of Winterhold. I should make a copy. Or want to at least look at the book first. Alright, let's bring it. got the books, so maybe also no, the books here will not have restored, but what should have restored in here is definitely his shop.
We don't know that. We don't even know what it is. Where is Arin anyway?
This better be good.
Yeah, hey, what I got for sale?
Please make sure your hands are clean before touching anything, all right?
Yeah, here's the books that I'm missing.
Well, well. And you seem to be in one piece. Thank you. I'll look these over and inform Mirabelle if I find anything relevant. Night of Tears, eh? I remember this one. Well, isn't that interesting? Did you read it yourself? If I recall it correctly, that has some interesting implications. You should mention that to Toldir. And here. I suppose you've earned these.
Alright, speak to Tolv there, eh? He's given me 4, so 5 books so far. 6. And none of them are for the museum, for fuck's sake. At least I can use some of them to get my restoration and such up. Right, Tolv there.
Good to see you.
Yeah, mate. Urk suggested I come see you.
Did he now? Does he have information about our wonderful discovery?
I found it in a book called Knights of Tears.
Is that the one about something buried beneath Sarthal? Something that men and Mare fought over? I'll have to make a point of rereading it. I don't recall the details. I just can't seem to tear myself away. Whatever this is, its beauty is like nothing I've ever seen before. If you'd allow me to indulge myself for a moment, I thought I might make a few observations. I'm sure you've already noticed the markings. They're quite unlike anything we've seen before. Eliad, Dwemer, Daedric, not even Falmer. None of them are a match. Quite curious indeed. Now, I'm not sure that you're quite as attuned as I am, given my extensive years of experience, but can you feel that? This marvelous object, it practically radiates magicka, and yet it's unlike anything I've felt before. Archmage Arin is already hard at work, and hopefully we'll have more information soon.
I'm afraid I must intrude. It is urgent that I speak with your associate immediately.
This is most inappropriate. We're involved in serious research here.
Yes, I've no doubt of its gravity. This, however, is a matter that cannot wait.
Well, I'm quite sure I've never been interrupted like this before. The audacity. I suppose we'll continue this at some later time, when we can avoid interruptions.
I need you to come with me immediately. Let's go.
I don't understand what's going on.
Really? Well, allow me to clarify the situation. I'd like to know why there's someone claiming to be from the Sijic Order here in the college. More importantly, I'd like to know why he's asking for you, specifically. So we're going to go have a little chat with him and find out exactly what it is he wants.
Sure.
Now, you are going to speak to this monk and find out why he is here. Now, you are going to speak to this monk and find out why he is here.
Okay then. Alright.
I trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I do for you, friend?
I have many important things on my mind. Your concerns are not among them.
Please do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm. It is good to meet you in person.
Yeah, what have you just done? What happened to everyone?
I'd simply like to talk to you. I've given us a chance to speak privately. But I'm afraid I can't do this for long. We must be brief. The situation here at your college is of dire importance, and attempts to contact you, as we have previously, have failed. I believe it is due to the very source of our concern. This object, the Eye of Magnus, as your people have taken to calling it. The energy coming from it has prevented us from reaching you with the visions you have already seen. The longer it remains here, the more dangerous the situation becomes. And so I have come here personally to tell you it must be dealt with.
If it is dangerous, then why don't you do something about it?
I'm afraid it's not that simple. You must understand the Psijic Order does not typically intervene directly in events. My presence here will be seen as an affront to some within the Order. As soon as we have finished, I will be leaving your college. I'm all too aware that my arrival has aroused suspicion, especially in Onkano, your Thalmor associate. Nevertheless, my Order will not act directly. You must take it upon yourself to do so.
Alright, so what exactly is the problem?
As you may have learned, this object, the Eye, is immensely powerful. The world is not ready for it. If it remains here, it will be misused. Indeed, many in the Order believe it has already. Rather, something will happen soon, something that cannot be avoided.
What do you expect from me then?
We believe that your efforts should be directed towards dealing with the aftermath, but we cannot predict what that will be. I fear I have already overstepped the bounds of my Order, but I will offer this. Seek out the Augur of Dunlane here in your college. His perception may be more coherent than ours.
Where can I find him?
I am unsure. He is somewhere within the college. Surely one of your colleagues must know his location. I am sorry I cannot provide you with further help, but this conversation requires a great deal of effort on my part.
Sure.
Now, I'm afraid I must leave you. We will continue to watch over you and guide you as best we can. It is within you to succeed. Never forget that.
Okay. Thank you very much for all these potions.
I'm not sure what just happened, but I assure you I will get to the bottom of it.
Ah, it's great to be indoors again.
Crafting supplies.
You must excuse me. I shouldn't be here.
Sure. Right, I'll see if I can find this twat that I'm looking for.
Confound it all! This page too! That makes 5 in total. This is unacceptable!
Is something the matter?
A page from one of these texts, and 4 others, torn right from the spine. I've consulted with Urog's apprentice girl, and she insisted, rather emphatically, that none of these tomes have been checked out for years. I told the girl that wouldn't preclude a thief from browsing the cases.
Librarian's apprentice does seem a bit daft.
I don't blame her, though. It's the head librarian's duty to keep more sensitive texts behind sealed doors. Or perhaps it's the fault of the one who trained him. In either case, the result is the same. It is as I feared. Someone has managed to steal key pages from the writings of Trictus.
Treacherous, a forgotten name for a powerful man, founder of the guild.
Indeed. Although I doubt that name lacks reverence here. This is an institution of higher learning, I hope. It certainly has the pretension of one.
How has the Master Grow ship made such an obvious error?
It is not an error. It's far more likely that Urog holds an opposing position regarding the substance of these texts. Not to mention a stubborn refusal to recognize that a controversial theory might actually have merit.
What controversial theory do you speak of?
The majority of scholars are split between 2 disparate camps. Some believe the texts are worthless scribbles written by a child, one who had yet to grasp the vastness of his destiny. Others contend that the author is not Vanus himself, but a pretender hoping to profit from the mage's name. Both camps, however, are in agreement that the texts themselves have no intellectual merit.
So I said to them, if scholars believe them worthless.
There are some, however, who attribute the text to a different origin. Not the young Trictus, but the elder Vanus Galarian. The theory states that Vanus wrote the text in the guise of his younger self, precisely so that scholars would question its authenticity. By diverting the eyes of those who seek power, it provided an extra layer of security, in addition to the cryptic nature of the text itself.
I'm interested in how he, encoded this text.
Each book is a cleverly crafted tale that hints towards the ideals of a particular school of magic. However, the overall narrative is unimportant. From what I have gathered in my time here, it seems the school of magic is simply a mechanism. For instance, I found lighting a text with an alteration spell revealed a hidden message written in an ink altered to mimic a human soul. Of course, without the knowledge to light the aura of life aglow, the mage's search would end there. The chain continues until one reaches the destination, the final pages that contain detailed notes on the crafting of a new spell.
May I see the text?
I'm afraid not. The texts are evidence, and the methods Galarian used to encode the journals must undergo further study. Once I have informed Urog of his omission, he will add the works to this library's collection, along with the missing pages, should they be retrieved. If you have scholarly interest, however, I can share with you the 5 tales of Galarian's youth. They are quite interesting.
No.
As you will.
What exactly is in this text?
I mentioned the pages from 5 separate texts were stolen. This is no coincidence. I'm sure you can divine why.
One for each school of magic.
Exactly. According to the theory, there was purpose to Galarion's decision to divide his childhood journals into 5 parts. Contained within each was a tale that alluded to spells and techniques, authored by a specific school.
So you carry authority with, you carry yourself with some authority, sorry. But who are you exactly?
My name is Olivia Moronin, a former member of the Mages Guild at the Arcane University in Cyrodiil. When the guild disbanded, many of my colleagues regrouped to form the Synod. However, their objectives do not align with the tenets Galarion and the Council established when they founded the guild. Nor do they abide by the teachings we have stood by in the centuries that followed. Theirs is an organization based on cupidity and lust for power.
Do you think the Synod is responsible for the missing pages?
I have not ruled that out, although the Synod seems more interested in securing existing artifacts of power. Galarion's research, while potentially powerful, was still incomplete. There is no guarantee that any of the 5 spells can even be crafted. This is not to imply the documents are not dangerous. The secrecy of Galarion's methods are a substantial indicator of the level of risk. However, the Synod does not have the patience nor the foresight to recognize what these texts represent.
How do the schools of magic relate to the text?
It is well known that Galarion's gifts for magic were quite diverse. He could restore a rose to full bloom not long after burning it aflame, all the while fooling the mind into believing its scent had rotted away.
In other words, the spells involve multiple disciplines.
The theory goes that Galarion was on the verge of completing 5 new spells, 1 for each school. Spells of such tremendous power that even the immortal armies of Manimarco would countenance their fear. Unfortunately, Galarion's obsession with his nemesis deprived him of his patience. Nevertheless, before he embarked on the great battle, he left notes encoded in 5 works, so others could continue his research.
And do you have any idea who stole them?
I have an inkling. I was able to glean some clues based on my interviews of the residents of Winterhold, who seem far more observant of mages than the faculty. I sent my assistant, Jado Ra, to investigate the matter further, but I fear something grave has befallen him.
I can find out what happened to him.
Finally, someone with initiative. I need someone to scout the area he was investigating. Your safety is paramount. If the mage in question is at the site, do not attempt to confront him, even if Jado Ra is in imminent danger.
Don't we need your assistant alive to find out what he's learned?
The Khajiit is a crafty one. He will leave clues behind even in death. Yet if you sacrifice both your lives, both your efforts will be squandered.
Right, I'll see what I can find out.
Good. Jado Ra last left for Solitude, but it is unlikely he is still there. I would start with the caverns near the shoreline. If you find him, and find him well, he may ask for a passphrase.
He's working undercover, and I can see how a passphrase would be useful.
Yes. The problem is, I seem to have forgotten that inscrutable Khajiit word he gave me. So in exchange, I ask you to tell him this. Tell him how, when I met him, I mocked his whiskers, how they were as black as an Imperial's hair. Tell him that his eyes are so narrow that even when he laughs he looks unhappy. Yet their color still shines as bright as the sun. And if he finds that too sentimental, tell him he was more valuable as a rug. And when he accidentally lights his fur on fire, he would no longer be worth anything to anyone.
Sorry, that's forgotten lore.
Mirabelle does a fine job as Master Wizard, I suppose. Still, there's always room for improvement.
Yeah. Hey, a little question. Have you ever heard of the Augur of Dunlane?
The Augur? Really? Well, it's certainly not my place to say anything about it. I think you'd better go see Mirabelle Irvine. Mm-hmm.
I need to figure out how Mirabelle even is. So I'll do the entire cat thing first.
Greetings.
Cannot wait in this location. Well then, I wait here in Skyrim. No, I don't know where Mirabelle is. All right.
Mirabelle does a fine job as Master Wizard, I suppose. Still, there's always room for improvement.
You are new, yes? Have you mastered the expert-level distraction spells yet?
No.
All right, then.
I
It's
can't
heard
wait to
from
see
Physic Order in so many years. Hard to
If
believe.
there are any problems, let me know. It's my job to keep things running smoothly.
Hello, Mirabelle. Looking for you. Have you ever heard of the Augur of Dunlane?
That's nothing you need to concern yourself with.
Actually, it is. Can you please help me find out this person? Please.
Very well. It's not something often discussed, as it might be misunderstood by the locals. The Augur is down in the midden, below the college. I don't recommend going down there unless it's absolutely necessary. Day-to-day operations are my responsibility, which means if you become a problem, you get sent to me.
Okay. I'm doing this first, not the cat thing. Why? Because, you know, I don't know.
United as one.
Mid and dark.
perseverance will only lead to disappointments. Still, you persist. Very well. You may enter.
So, you're the Augur of Dunlane.
I am that which you have been seeking. Your efforts are in vain. It has already begun. But those who have sent you have not told you what they seek. What you seek.
I was told to find you.
Indeed. And so you have come looking, though you do not know why. Like others before you, you blindly follow a path to your own destruction. The Thalmor came seeking answers as well, unaware they will be his undoing. Your path now follows his, though you will arrive too late.
I'm not the first to come see you?
No, though you may be the last. The one who calls himself Ancano has sought my knowledge as well, through very different questions. Your path differs from most. You are being guided, pushed towards something. It is a good path, one untraveled by many. It is a path that can save your college. I will tell you what you need to know to follow it further.
What do I need?
You, and those aiding you, wish to know more about the Eye of Magnus. You wish to avoid the disaster of which you are not yet aware. To see through Magnus's eye without being blinded, you require his staff. Events now spiral quickly towards the inevitable center, so you must act with haste. Take this knowledge to your archmage.
Roberto Salvazaran. Alright, sure. And then we will move out. Why is there an obsidian portal here? Alright, we're back in Skyrim. Alright, job done.
I'm not sure what happened. A monk from the Sijic Order. Here after all these years, and then he just leaves. I hope we didn't offend him somehow.
What do they want?
Beyond asking for you, he never said. Very strange indeed.
Well, I have important information for you.
Really? And what might that be?
We need to find the staff of Magnus.
I'm sorry, what? Well, I'd certainly love to have such a powerful staff, but I'm not really sure that any of us need it.
It's connected to this orb we found.
And how do you know of this?
I spoke with the Augur of Dunlane.
Did you really? And he specifically mentioned the staff of Magnus? I'm impressed with your initiative. Of course, someone will need to follow up on this.
Well, you mean me, don't you?
I certainly do. Since you went so far as to seek out the Augur for advice, I thought you'd be more enthusiastic. Something as specific and ancient as the staff of Magnus. I'm not sure we'd ever find something like that. I seem to recall Mirabelle mentioning the staff somewhat recently. Why don't you see if she can tell you anything? I'm quite pleased with your progress, you know. You've certainly proven yourself to be more than a mere apprentice. Well done. This circlet once proved invaluable to me. I hope it can be of use to you now.
Revealing the unseen. Revealing the unseen is the well, next important thing I'm going to do. At least starting it.
I hope Mirabelle is helpful in locating the staff.
Don't step on me.
Right, she's apparently here in the Skyrim part. And that's specifically now of countenance. Sure.
Good afternoon.
I'm working on very important research, I assure you.
Sure, mate, sure. This connects to the same area again. Right. I want to very clearly say one thing, and that is that there are 2 urns in there. Let me figure this out. There'll also be a key. I am virtually going to see if I can find the key link for here. Okay. I got myself the investigator's key. Together with the key that got me into the chest, so that's something. I would like to see if this key is actually going to help me here. Alright, this is where I need to be done.